Good evening, everyone. Dear students, colleagues, and audience online. Welcome to Professors of XJTLU Public Lecture. 欢迎各位莅临在西普听讲座. I'm Professor Beibei Tang from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. It's my great pleasure to be the academic chair of this lecture series. Professors of XJTLU Public Lecture is our university's signature event for scholarly communication and knowledge dissemination. At XJTLU, we have around 45 professors through whom we would like to promote our unique research culture. This public lecture series will be delivered by XJTLU professors from different research fields, introducing their career-long research or a comprehensive review of selected research topics, as well as the cutting-edge research development in the field. The lecture series will be offered throughout the academic year to both XJTLU staff and students, as well as the public audience. Through stimulating presentations using plain language, the professors of XJTLU Public Lecture Series will explain complex research topics and bring showcases of our university's research impact and its contribution to our community and society. Today's speaker is Professor Heechae Choi from the Chemistry Department of XJTLU. Professor Choi joined XJTLU in 2023 after spending years at the University of Cologne in Germany from 2018 to 2022. Before his first independent research launched in Germany, he founded two venture companies, which you will hear in a minute, Virtual Lab Inc. and Materials Lab in 2016 and 2018, respectively. The two venture companies provide materials simulations platform and consulting services to big manufacturing companies, including Samsung Electronics, 3M, SK, and Miko. When running his technology-based business and doing academic work in parallel, Professor Choi has developed several theory models for quality controls of mass-produced functional materials. He has published more than 120 peer-reviewed papers and has an H-index of 30. Professor Choi was awarded the top 40 in KRCF grant for young scientists in South Korea in the year of 2012 when he started his journey of venture companies. Today, Professor Choi will share with us his experiences of launching venture companies by using fundamental science research. So without further ado, let's welcome Professor Choi.
Thank you. Thank you for your kind introduction. When I was asked to give a public lecture by the university, I thought about what I would talk about, because I'm mostly working on quantum mechanics related things that maybe all of the audience will sleep within 10 minutes. So I didn't like to talk about it. And instead, what I wanted to share kind of a unique experience of mine. That was, I think, the Venture Company Foundation experience. So when you look at the title, the How to Use Fundamental Science Research to Launch a Venture Company, this title sounds like somebody's very successful, right? But I'm just a normal university professor, and I experienced most of those things when I was very normal and scared boy, and just a normal person. Um, yeah. First, let me introduce my education background. I studied about material science in bachelor and PhD. So when I was a bachelor student, surprisingly, my GPA was very low. So I was not a good student because it was very painful for me to attend the lecture as many of the students, like, like many other students. So my GPA was not very good. So because I really wanted to find a reason to study, but without specific reason, it was really hard to focus on study. But something happened between the BA and the bachelor and PhD. So, but when I finished my PhD, I was selected the #1 excellent graduate among the 140 graduates from engineering school, and I was selected as one of the 40 young scientists in the whole country. It is similar with the 1,000 talent program in China, I think. Maybe considering population difference between South Korea and China, maybe similar, right? So I think it's totally different, my bachelor and PhD. I think the reason is when I did the PhD study, I had a very clear goal why I have to study. So I think that's the difference. So now when I teach students, when students are not willing to attend the class, then I think that I have to give them different motivation. Anyway, this is my education background. So, and this is I will talk about this in more detail later. But as a Professor Tang introduced, first I made the material simulation platform. So this is now about 10% of material scientists in the world are using this, and big companies like ATI Metals and Hanwha and SK in Korea are using this service. And before going to Germany, I made a consulting company, which helped the many big manufacturing companies. So anyway, so an academic position, is like this: Germany and China. So let me start my stories. My first business, simple business, was when I was 18. And the second business, simple business, was when I was 24, and I got many lessons from the first two business, and then I did something differently in the technology-based business, and I will close my talk with my future perspectives and a few tips. Yeah, when I was 18, Korea also has similar examination system like a Gaokao. So whole country students take the same exam and get their rank, and they apply for university with the score, and we entered university. So the students must be must have a very wise strategy to enter universities, the best university as they can. So the system is quite similar, and I think so far I searched my photo over high school graduation, but this was the only one that I could find. So the right-hand side is myself, and left-hand side is my friend. He's now university professor in Korea too, and this is the latest meeting with him. Anyway, so after taking Gaokao, I went to Seoul. From my hometown Busan to Seoul. to enter university. Because many of good universities are in Seoul, capital city of South Korea. So it was really a tough decision to leave my hometown, my parents, because I was afraid of everything. And also, the living cost in Seoul was really high compared to my hometown, Busan. So it's another the tough thing to overcome. So, yeah, after spending a few months in Seoul, because of a high living cost, I had to make a choice among two. I had two choices. To survive, I had to, choice number one, I had to save money. I had to make effort to save money, to spend less money, or making efforts to make money. So I chose second one, making more money. And the reason is very simple. The motivation was really simple. Guess, what was my motivation? Guess. Yes, money. Money for what? 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 Wow, yes. Yeah, very simple. Very simple. Yeah. For dating, I needed money. Yes. I needed money. So this was how I started my first business in my age of 18. To make money, I did part-time tutoring job too, teaching high school students, teaching mathematics to high school students or middle school students. But I wanted to earn more and work less. That was a motivation. So the first thing that I tried is selling clothes. Selling clothes. This is Dongdaemun of South Korea. Have you ever heard about it? Yeah. At that time, it was 23 years ago. So there was not many people were using internet to buy something. So many people went there and bought a bunch of clothes and bring it to the other area of South Korea. That made a lot of money. But I realized that there are too many competitors. So it was really tough. So because anybody can do this, to be honest. Anybody can do this. And it doesn't require a large amount of capital. It doesn't require any specific knowledge or foreign language. So I decided to make a direction. But selling clothes, but how? I decided to import from United States. Yeah, at the time, those two brands from United States were very popular, still popular. But yeah, at the time, as I told you, there was not many online shopping mall, and people preferred buying things offline stores. So, but in 2001, eBay website looked like this. Yeah. So some sellers, some wholesalers put their phone number there. So I made a phone call and said, I'm gonna wire money to you, and then please send your this, and send it to me. And then the price I bought was almost 10% of the retail price of South Korea. So I made quite a lot of money for more than 1 year doing this thing. At the time, the amount of money that I made was the same as the branch manager of a bank. My income was in my age of 18. But if I continued that business, like using online and developed more and more, maybe I would be much richer. But I didn't know about the importance of the investment, importance of finding investor. That's really, really important in business. But I didn't know that concept. And at that time, I was going to engineering school. So tuition fee of engineering school was much higher than business school in Korea. Then my parents always complained like, if you do the clothes selling business, why did you go to engineering school? That is very expensive. So, but anyway, so I couldn't. It was stopped within 2 years because there were so many gigantic, big business, big company who started this business. They imported from United States, almost at the same time that I started it. It was started too from the big companies, big trading companies. So I couldn't win the competition at all. So I stopped business and focused on a study. And I was not that happy because my the amount of money that I could spend was very limited after this. Oh, yeah. And I spent about several years, and I graduated from university in 2006. And this was maybe, in the beginning of my graduate study. One day, my father asked me, "I will invest money for you. Then do any business as you want. Maybe you will get money or lessons from that." Then I said, yes, but if and only if the interest rate is 0. So anyway, I started something new. That is the renting business. In Korea, it is called 고시원. To 고시원. It is a very small room. The renter service to university students. But this business was not that long too, because there are too many competitors too. Very tough. Anybody can start this. But it's the same experience, to be honest, because when I sold the cloth after I bought from Dongdaemun, anybody could do this. So when I switched to buying from eBay or United States by making phone call, at least there's a language barrier, right? Language barrier. So that there were much less competitors in the market. So anyway, I realized that, wow, barrier, anything, language barrier or capital barrier or technological barrier, any barrier is a necessary thing to secure business. I realized that. So from the first business, I could not rest longer because I did not know that importance of finding investors. If I found an investor who give money to develop homepage at the website beautifully, then I could make the business much larger. I think so. And the second business failed because there was no technological barrier or knowledge barrier, nothing. And also, I realized this. Actually, to selling clothes, like after getting older and packing and sending and getting money, this is it is repeating the same work every time, every day. So, though, yeah, it makes good amount of money, it didn't make me happy. So I realized that repeating the same works cannot make me happy. And then I start to have philosophical thinking, like a philosopher. What makes me happy? What makes me happy? Thinking for a long time, I realized that there are four inevitable factors. The first thing is sufficient money. Yes, yes, of course. sufficient money. And health, yes, health, agree. And the third, love. Yes, love with family or love with a girlfriend, and yeah, and with the friends, and also social respect. Yeah, respect from other people. And so, and also there are some this kind of there are many social science research like investigating the relationship between the happiness and income. Then many of the study show this saturation graph. So it means that beyond a certain value of a number of income and the annual income, then it does not affect our happiness that much. Then we have to think about other things. And so I decided to focus on the research and study to have a very good job anyway. Some student asked me, being a professor was your dream? Actually, being a professor was not exactly my dream. Yeah, it was one of the choices. My goal was actually being a cool guy anyway. Whatever I become, I wanted to be a cool guy. Anyway, then I knew that whatever I do, I have to make a very good, excellent research achievement during my PhD. And also, but it was really difficult to choose a research topic at the time. The title of this talk is about how to use the fundamental research for venture company foundation. But at the time, there in Korea, in South Korea, there are many good research topics like being related with the industry, like a semiconductor or a vehicle or battery, or yeah, or steel materials. But I couldn't guess. I couldn't predict which kind of a business will be promising in my age of 35 or 40, because that is really important time. Even if now some businesses are very good now, but many of them will decline after 10 years, right? So it's quite risky. If I choose specific technology to major during my PhD. So I decided to basic science. You know the Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon. He said that many people ask him, what's gonna happen? What will be changed in 10 years? And he says, the question is weird because to make a successful business, it's important to find something will never change for 10 years or 20 years. And then if the company pursue that value, and then the business will be successful. I agree, yeah. So I think young students don't know who are they, maybe. Do you know who he is? Huh? Yes, but many young students don't know him. David Beckham. And do you know who he is? Greg Maddox, pitcher. They're common, yeah, they're a football player and baseball player, but their common thing is they have a very good ball control, ball command. Beckham is very famous for high accuracy of free kick and cross. So if the forward just stand there and then Beckham kicks the free kick, and then it makes gold. So, and correct methods, his ball speed is not high, but because of a very good command, very good location, his salary was really high, both of them. So, just like this, my field was material science. So I decided to, similarly, how to make my market value higher with the study. I realized that if I can control whatever I do, if I can control the atoms and electrons as I want in the best way, in the world best level, then I can do anything, and my market value will be really high for a long time, right? So I studied about thermodynamics and kinetics, and also solid state physics, which are related with control by atoms in materials and electron movement within solids. So anyway, I spent a long time focusing on study. Yeah, and I used those theories to those things to like about 10 different technologies, such as fuel cell of vehicles or solar cells, and memory devices. I did a lot of things, but it's not difficult to make a switching, because I focused on how to control the atom and electron. So it's very easy, because I think this is the power of fundamental research. So anyway, and at the end of 2015, I decided to open a first technology-based business. First one. Motivation was similar, actually. Yeah. I thought about this as a scientist. If I publish, even I publish like 100 papers per year. Even if I publish like 50 or 100 papers per year, I thought about this. Can I reach this life? No, never. Someone has this. Someone has this, but why not me? But why not me? I wanted this. I wanted this, but why not me? Because, yes, not me, because I was thinking to stay in the academia only research, only paper, patent. But I don't know how the patent will be used. But anyway, my publishing patent and publishing paper secures my academic job. That was all. But anyway, I wanted to do this. So I made first a venture company, technology-based venture company with simulation software. This is for using this, even middle school and high school students can do quantum mechanics simulation now because of this. I tested this with the middle school and high school students. They can do this. They can do quantum mechanics simulation for any materials they design because of this thing. This is to do this, the founders should have the knowledge of quantum mechanics and also the software technology. So having one side is very common, but combination of those are really rare. So I couldn't, because I have no knowledge or interest in about the computer or software. So I co-founded this company with my friend from the same research group in KIST. And this was 2015, end of 2015, and this is the recent photo. A very important customer, and myself, and my co-founder. So I left the company, but I want to share this thing. If you work for a company, if you work for a company which was founded by someone else, after you leave the company, you cannot get anything from that company, right? But if you work for your company for several years and leave the company, you still have the equity, and your asset grows up even after you leave the company. After I left the company, my first venture company received many investment, so its valuation is still growing very fast. Of course, after selling the company, I can buy some good house, but not yet. But anyway, the valuation is growing up. And because the big companies invested the money to this company, so the next investors are also rushing. So think about this. Even if your salary is very high when you work for example, Huawei or Tencent, how long would you work for the company? And what after you leave the company? You have to think about it. And anyway, we had many big company customers, and this is the first event. We spent. Okay, let me share the mistake that I made, and I wouldn't repeat again. And I also don't want you to do this mistake. We should have made the company earlier, much earlier, when we were working as a postdoc, and then for several years, if we develop the items before quitting the job, then it would be safer. But we just quit the job and started the business. So until we made the first version of this software, it was a really hard time. It was a really hard time. So, and I want to recommend you to start your own business when you are a student, when you are still single, before getting married. If you get married after you get married and have a child, yeah, you cannot. It's really difficult to start business. So you should start it before having children, or after children grow up to like 18, 19. But it's too late, right? Yeah, and also every time because I'm receiving salary from XATLU, so I'm looking forward to the salary, the day of salary every month. But when I was the CEO of a company, the salary day is I'm very afraid of a salary day because I have to send the money to my employees, right? It's totally different. So it's very funny. Why I came back to academic position in 2018. The reason was this. First, when I saw the research grant calls, I thought that I could bring the money to the company. It was about the energy material, renewable energy material to stop the climate change. That was the topic, and the money was given by government of France and Germany. So I thought that I can bring the money to the company, and then I thought that I can give a salary to my people. Then it was wrong. After I was selected the one of the recipient, one of the 13 recipient. I was the only person from Asian country, but I realized that the condition to get this money was moving to Germany and start my independent research group there. So that was how I started. I came back to academic position. But when I when I did my venture company, I really wanted to hire very good people and intelligent people. But because it was a small company, that was really tough. Think about this, for the same salary, going to big company like Huawei or very small company. To hire people to small company, I had to pay a lot, so it's very difficult. So I thought, what if I make this company, start this business from the university? Then it would be great. I can educate the students to do the work, and then the business can be very reliable. So anyway, I was thinking to move to university anyway, but that was how I moved anyway. Then and also I did the second technology business, and because I did fundamental research about the material chemistry and quantum mechanics. I solved several problems of those companies. So let me share one example. Samsung. Do you know Samsung? Samsung supplied the network device to India, biggest company in India. And there was some problem. So they asked me to solve the problem, paying money. So I used the exactly same knowledge of, maybe my students are very familiar with this kind of thing, modeling of surface reactions. But I used this study for gas sensing or catalytic reactions. But I realized that I can use this approach for semiconductor chips, chip processing optimizations. So yeah, I also can see that there are so many problems that big tech companies that we can solve. And there are so many chances that the small companies from university can solve. Yeah. So, and then what happened? After with our consulting service, Samsung could save 1.2 billion euro by avoiding massive recall. And this is a very the representative case. And I solved many problems from another project of Samsung, and also iPhone antenna materials and artificial diamond fabrications. So just using the fundamental research to control atom and electron. My research group only do the fundamental research, how to control atom and electron. And then, yeah, we can cover many things like this. So lessons from the previous technology-based business is this. Especially to students. It is better to make a start earlier, and then you can get more motivation and how to steer your study plan. If you are afraid of, if you don't know how to do it, just to visit a law firm or lawyer office and ask, give them money, like 1,000 RMB, and ask how to make a company. Just ask them and be helped. And pick items everybody knows. Because it's very funny. Because my first venture company is software company for quantum mechanics. It's not general, right? It's very much technology oriented, very specific topic. And when I met my co-founder recently, he said that, what if we made dating app instead? Maybe we made more money. I agree. To be honest, I agree. So pick items that everybody knows. Otherwise, it's very difficult to get investment. And also, the third thing is the team is very important. The team is everything. don't try to learn everything yourself. Just to make the team, like Beatles band. Steve Jobs said that the best model he follows to make team is Beatles. Yeah. And don't spend your own money. Find investors. If you have to spend your own money, you hesitate. And there is a limitation. Once you find a good, it's very important to find the first investor. If you once find one investor, even if it is a small amount of money, the next round of investor will come because of that money invested by someone else. If someone already think about this. So if your friend buys something, then I also think that I can buy that one. If nobody buy that thing, then you will not have interest in that. So, and the fifth thing is there are infinite chances to sell products to big tech companies. So, but if you just sit down at home and search internet, it's very difficult, to be honest. Of course, searching internet also gives you some information, but it's very slow. I recommend you to do some internship experience and meet many people from industry. And then real information, you can get real information by meeting people. And in China, when many people ask me why I came to China, the reason is, motivation. My motivation to come to China. Sorry? No, to make not girlfriend. Because I thought that I can have a lot of chances. Because this is top 10 manufacturing countries. China is #1 in value, right? And China's GDP, in the GDP breakdown, industry takes more than 33%. This is very high percentage in GDP. So there are a lot of chances. Many people, great people, intelligent, hardworking people, and a high ratio of industry in GDP. So, before going home, let me share my perspectives. I think that not only in China, in many other industry-oriented countries, company foundations from STEM schools of universities will become necessary, not optional anymore. Guess why? Guess why? Yes. The reason is, this is my opinion. The main reason is, previously big tech companies hired a lot of people, but the number is shrinking. It means that instead of making everything, they want to buy parts from other companies. And then instead of being part of the big company, we can owner of the small company, which makes a part to build up the technology. This is a trend. And also, in national plan of China, and the policy is toward supporting many new venture company based on the technology and research. So we can we can use these situations. And think after graduating from university, students want to get a job, right? But the number of the jobs they want is decreasing. Then what? We should create jobs. We should create jobs and use their knowledge and use their technology trained in university. If we send them to other companies, it's a loss of university. This is my opinion. Because we spend years to train students, and then we should work with the students to make company and sell products and make a profit. And then my second future perspective is graduates will prefer positions in the venture companies from university instead of big tech company, other companies in near future. Why? Because think about this. When you work in a restaurant, if you are working for a restaurant owned by someone else, or you work for a restaurant you own, mindset is different. And happiness is different. So if students make a venture company from university or participate in the venture company foundation, they own equity. Partially they are owner of the company. And the graduates will prefer the positions in the companies. And the third thing is big global tech companies like Huawei, they don't want to make everything. Yes, this is the reason. So we can have chances from this trend. And lastly, this is my summary and take-home message. Researchers in STEM field can have a unique merit for launching a business because STEM researchers have they can secure their business with technological and knowledge barriers, right? And then number two, keep your core at research, and business experience will give you feedback what you will study and what your research topic should be. You can get a hint. I like quoting the Steve Jobs statements. And he said that many engineers learn a lot of things and find way to sell their products. But his idea is that the engineers should start from what customers need. And from the customers' need, in opposite way, we have to complete our knowledge and technique set. And we are seeking, I talked with the Dean of the School of Science, and he also agreed with this. We are seeking students who are willing to start business from graduate study. A school will serve you as your comfortable and exciting home to incubate your business. This is my summary and take-home message. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Professor Choi, for your inspiring talk. And I think this talk is particularly inspirational for our students and early career researchers. Now we would like to open the floor for questions and discussions. We will be taking questions from the audience, both on-site and online. So if you have any question, please signal me. Yes, please.
You mentioned that your first company is having now 10% between the researchers.
Yeah.
Can I know what's the market cap of it?
Sorry?
You mentioned that your first company is having usage by 10% of the world researcher. And you mentioned that it's increasing. Can I know what's the market cap of it?
Market capacity?
The capital of the company.
Capital of the market. When we calculated the market size, we calculated this way. The R&D budget of each country. R&D budget of each country. Among those, some part of the budget is for material science and chemistry, right? And then among the budget for material science and R&D, about we said that approximately 7% of the budget will be for simulation. The reason is the 7% is in average about material science or chemistry, the faculty, the ratio of the faculty doing simulation is about 7%. So that was the way we calculated the market size. But this is a very new market, so we had that method. But because we couldn't find any economic report which calculated this market size, so we did it ourselves in that way. But I don't have an exact number right now. But anyway, yeah, our method was like that.
I mean, you did it based on what? Like, is the company you're working now is available in more than 15 countries, for example?
Yes. Oh, yeah, over 30 countries.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments you'd like to raise? Yes, please.
Hello, Professor. Thank you for your sharing. I'm wondering, what is the competitive landscape when you initially start this project in 2015? Because I'm wondering, is this the very first product in the industry, or you may facing some like competitive
Very
from
good.
other countries?
Yeah, very good question. There were already similar thing. Similar thing was Material Studio, which was made in United States much earlier, and there are three main softwares, similar thing, which were already developed. The first thing is Material Studio and QuantumWise, which was made in DTU, Denmark. That was also venture company from university. And third thing is Schrödinger. And those are related with atomic scale modeling. But there are there are two main strategies. The first thing is they sell their products only to the computational scientists. But our target was the rest, because this is the computational scientists already have a server, the high performance computing facilities. But for others do not have a computing the facilities, and they don't know how to manage it, and they do not have a budget to spend for HPC. So we registered the very one important business patent, that is, from this platform, we connect this to Amazon Web Service by renting the supercomputing time, and we charge extra cost. This is our business patent to secure this business. Yeah. And another strategy was this. Material Studio sell this the structure builder like an annual license. They sell annual license like $1,000 per year. But we made this for free. We released this for free of charge. Anybody can use without payment. The reason is that when this was actually our strategy, one of the strategy. Once, if the users people who use this platform is increased, and they don't buy Material Studio service anymore, and then Material Studio, the big company will buy our company, and then we can exit. This was another strategy.
Thank you. Professor Choi, I have a question from online audience.
Okay.
Since STEM subject is getting more important, what's the trend of student majoring arts? So before Professor Choi answers the question, as a professor from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, I would like to emphasize that the importance of humanities and social sciences on the development and application of technology. Thank you very much, Professor Choi. Now over to you. Basically, I think this question is asking, with STEM subjects getting more important, what's the future of students studying in arts or humanities and social sciences when they're on the job market, or when they plan to, for example, launch venture companies?
Social science.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I like also social science very much, but I'm not very good at it. In my opinion, maybe social science in STEM field, still we need the people from social science. For example, let me give you example from my very first business. When I sold the clothes, is a quite risky investment the first time, because there is a size distribution of the clothes. But what if a lot of things are not sold, and that is a loss of my investment, right? So before starting business, the market analysis for each different culture or area are really important. So many venture company founded only by engineers fail because of their lacking understanding in people. So I think that is really important.
Thank you very much. And any other questions or comments from the audience? Yes, please.
First of all, thanks for talk. And just a quick question about startups. Yeah, just try to be straightforward. So yeah, just wondering if you could give us some insights about this. So what kind of things come first? You know, what kind of thing is the best practice for, you know, like seeking investors first, then launch a business, or it's like seeking collaborators? Or is like if I can, you know, find some stable customers or some collaborators first, then I launch a business. I mean, which will be a best practice for you? I mean, from your perspective.
To meet people who can accelerate business with the investment. Go to party.
I mean, no.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm being honest. Go to party.
But do you need to have like stable customers first?
Oh yeah, that is also important. I think there is no specific standard ways to do it.
Yeah.
The main customers are, if you start this kind of business, maybe the main first customers will be your former classmates or colleagues who knows about you, who are sure about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after you launch a business, then you start to seek, start to raise funds.
Yeah, to do that, there are several the events. So we have to expose ourselves to the event.
Yeah.
And then after going several events, maybe you will know whether your presentation or your items are attractive or not, and then you can modify it. So, going any event, related event.
Okay.
There's no standard way. Just that kind of event organized by government or any business party, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Any other question or comments from the audience? Okay, it's okay. Well, if we don't have any further questions, let's thank Professor Choi for this talk, and we do hope this talk will inspire more venture companies from our students or early career researchers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.